Hello there, and a very, very good evening. My name's Sean Ryan. You're, of course, watching the Planet Cruise TV show. Do you know, we're getting close to our 500th episode. Wow, I know. So, yeah, 500. Yeah, seriously. If you've never seen the show before, we are live right now. We've got 6 amazing deals, massive savings up to £1,000. And I'm joined by a great friend of mine who actually works for Planet Cruise. This is the guy that books your cruises for you. Him and the big team, I should say.
Not just me.
Not just you.
They might have a word about that in the office tomorrow.
But Glenn Wallace has been nice to see you,
Hello, mate. You good?
I'm really well, really well.
Good, good.
Now, noticed you've got a bit of a tan.
Yes,
yeah.
Just a little bit of a tan, yeah.
Been away for something special, haven't you?
Yeah, I just got married a couple of weeks ago. Yes.
Well, I didn't know.
Ah, there we are.
Oh.
So
I tell you what, you scrub it well, don't you?
I don't look too bad, do I? Not too bad at all. Yeah, that was over in Mallorca, so we were there for... it was going to be a small little wedding, but 85 turned up in the end, so it was a great time we had over there, and yeah, just got back last week.
Well, Mrs Wallace looks amazing.
She does look wonderful. Hopefully she's watching the show.
Yeah, she looks absolutely beautiful. Well, congratulations.
Thank you very much.
To the pair of you as well. But yeah, Glenn works, you know, you work for Planet Cruise. You're the guy that takes the bookings with the team.
Exactly, yeah.
How good are the deals tonight, then? Because you really know, don't you?
Yeah, we've got 6 great deals coming up. Again, sort of different price range as well. Taking you around to the Mediterranean, over to the Far East. We've also got a little cheeky one down to South America as well, which is something to tick off the bucket list.
And a river cruise with a huge saving, haven't we?
A huge one there, coming up with one of the big operators, and as I said, we've got some really good prices on there.
And actually, lots of the cruises tonight feature my favourite, which is an all-inclusive drinks package.
I thought you might like that. We discussed that.
And we'll tell you more about it later on, but a couple of cruises you can now book online, and we've got some free gifts for the first few of you that book online.
We have got some free gifts.
Yeah, and one of them keeps making us laugh, so we'll tell you more about that. But we're going to start off with our first cruise, which is from Thomson Cruises, and this is one of their latest editions. Isn't it? In terms
exactly,
of their ships?
Yeah. I mean, Thomson's have obviously had a small fleet of ships over the last couple of years, and then this year they brought in the TUI Discovery, which was one of the Royal Caribbean ships. Yeah. They took that on, they've refurbished it, obviously given it the Thomson branding on there, and now they've introduced TUI Discovery 2 because it's done so well, the first one. So this is going to be live for next year, and this one is on the 25th of June. We're going to be offering this one, but TUI's really, really good, and Thomson's are really, really good. And I mean, we've seen the ships before, we've been on them before, and the clientele that tend to book Thomsons tend to go back time and time again, and they love the ships.
Well, I tell you what, let's give you a little taster. So, a real British feel, wouldn't you say, Glenn?
This is what people love about it, and I'll tell you, the 2 compliments we get is, one, the staff on board are so friendly. As I said, it's British orientated. The second of all is also the entertainment. Food on there is excellent. It's got the open dining on there, so you can dine when you want to. And again, as I said, the staff on there have been on there for many, many years, so the crew get to know them. But as I said, the entertainment is the thing that really, really stands out, and that's the compliments we get.
And when you think about this, for under £950, you're going to get an outside stateroom.
Yeah, because it's a free upgrade from the inside cabin.
So a room with a view.
Exactly.
And an all-inclusive drinks package as well.
You are. And again, as I said, that's all your drinks include, all your beers, your wines, your spirits, your soft drinks as well. And as I said, literally, it's an all-inclusive cruise. The tips are there as well included. So it's a great chance. And I would say, Sean, this is a really, really good one for people that have never cruised before. Yeah. Maybe they want to experience cruising. They feel maybe a little bit, not scared, but, you know, a little bit apprehensive about going on some of the big ships. This is a great one to start off with. And as I said, British cruise ship, great entertainment, and the staff.
And you will never, ever be bored on a cruise?
Never.
Never?
Never.
I've never thought, oh, what is it to do?
No, again, I say you go out in the ports of call during the day, and then, of course, in the evening, you've got the entertainment. And what's better to sit there and maybe have a gamble or watch one of the shows, and knowing that every time you go up to the bar, the drinks are included on there as well, which is really, really good.
And the fact that, and we'll go through these in a second, but the fact that you are visiting a different port as well,
exactly.
Most days,
and I spoke to some friends that have never been cruising before, and they said, what's so good about it? I said, you go to bed one day, and the next day you wake up somewhere else, and that's what's so good about it.
And the level of service. Unlike, you know, the service I've had on cruise ships, unlike any service that I've ever had, really, in hotels and land holidays.
Exactly, yeah, they do take it to the next level.
They really do, don't they?
Exactly.
Oh, Glenn did work on the cruise ships for many years, by the way.
Just 10 years I did on there, so yeah.
A whole decade.
Maybe it wasn't me with the service, but everyone else has got given great service on board.
Listen, I bet you always gave service with a smile, because he's got a great smile,
yeah,
hasn't
I have, yeah.
Anyway, we fly you to Malaga, and we should say, actually, we've got flights from Gatwick, Manchester, Birmingham, or Bristol as well. They're all included.
And there's no supplements on that as well, because normally it's Gatwick is the normal, and then you pay extra. There's no supplements on there at all. So we're going to go and fly into the beautiful port of Malaga. And again, we'll be talking about that later on in one of the other destinations we go to. And then from there, you've got your day at sea. Now, we always talk about the day at sea. People say, well, we like to be in the ports every day. But if you've not been on the ship before, it gives you a chance to experience what's there. You can relax, take it easy. You've been flying over. And just take it easy.
I love my sea days.
Exactly, exactly. Then, of course, we're on to Palma, which I returned from last week. It's I lived there for 3 years. Great place to go and see. You come out right, you actually can go down into the main centre of Palma itself. You've got the cathedral, the 12th century Gothic style cathedral. You can go on the Soyer train, go across to the east coast over to the caves of Drac, or if not, just go down to some of the beaches. You've got Palma Nova Beach, which is 15 minutes away, so you can really relax there and take it easy. But one of the biggest islands in the world for British tourists to visit, and I say Palma is absolutely stunning. And I say if you can go up into the mountains to Soyer or go to the cathedral, it's well worth doing on there. From there, going on to the very popular destination of Barcelona. Again, plenty to do in Barcelona. If you're a football lover, you can go to the Nou Camp. Obviously, if you don't want to do that, you can go to Sagrada Familia, which is the unfinished cathedral, Gaudi's cathedral. And I think people also forget about the beaches in Barcelona as well. When you come out of the port area there, you can actually go onto some of the beaches there. So you've got plenty to do in Barcelona. But as I said, definitely take a visit to Sagrada Familia. And the other thing as well is go up Las Ramblas. That's the main shopping district there as well.
There's such an atmosphere.
You've got all the mime artists there, good shopping, and just wander there as well, stop and have a drink. It's really, really good. Ibiza, that's where I started my overseas career. I did 3 years in a little quiet fishing village called San Antonio. But again, you'll be docking in Ibiza town, which is on the other side of the island. And again, stunning place there to walk around the old town. You can go right up into the high points there, up into the walled city, and have amazing views down onto the harbour. If you want to go a little bit further, you can take trips over to Portinac Beach. You can go down into San Antonio, Escanar, Santa Eulalia. There's plenty of resorts there to go and see, and the beaches. And of course, it is, again, one of the most famous islands in the world. If you like a few drinks during the day, of course, it is the party island as well. So Ibiza is fantastic. I'm sure you've been there a few times. Then we go on to Almeria, which again is beautiful there as well. Back into Spain, stunning part of town. You can go up onto the hill there to the old cathedral. You've got a chance to go to the Níger National Park. You've got the Maritime Park as well. And again, this is a nice opportunity if you've done quite a lot in the last ports of call, just to wander around the little back streets there and just take it easy. It's stunning. Absolutely beautiful there. And then on to the next place, which is Ceuta. We're trying to pronounce it correctly.
I don't think we've had this on the show.
We haven't, and we've been talking about how to pronounce it, so I'm sure we'll get someone phone in and say we've said it wrong. But this is a little bit different because it is an autonomous city of Spain, but it's actually on the north coast of Africa. Again, borders...
Also, you should get some really good weather there.
You should get good weather down there anyway, June. I mean, we came back from Mallorca last week and it was 41 on the wedding day. So the weather over there is going to be great, but you're on the north tip of Africa there, so you are seeing two continents, and it's a place you probably haven't been to before. You've got an opportunity to walk around the city walls, and again, it's just a nice contrast to being in the Mediterranean. So it's a nice one, this one.
And then back to Malaga.
And then back to Malaga. As I said, back to Malaga, and obviously that's where you can fly home, or, as you can see there on the screen, you can actually upgrade on this one for a 7-night stay in the Costa del Sol for only £369. That's on a half-board basis. So you'd have all-inclusive on the ship, all your food and entertainment, and then a half-board on there. So it makes it nice to do a cruise and then a stay. So you've done everything on 1 week and then relax a second.
Well, let's just remind you of the incredible price of this. Now, you are actually saving, by the way, on this one. Just looking at an extra £310 off the brochure price. You are going to get a free upgrade as well. So, and it is, you know, inside cabins are nice, but to have the view, to have the natural light on an outside can make such a difference. Complimentary, all-inclusive on board. Now, I really mean it. You know better than anyone, Glenn. Whenever we have a Thomson cruise with all-inclusive, it's a top seller, isn't it?
Yeah, I mean, normally the phones will be lighting up already because, as I said, these deals are very, very popular. As I said, the price there, for £1,000 for the week with everything included, and then just to say, do that upgrade as well.
£1,000, £949.
£949, there you go, save you 50 quid.
Return flights, and not just London, Manchester, Birmingham, or Bristol, they're all included, so no extras for those. If you do need flights from other UK airports, then they may be available, but supplements will apply. And all of your tips and gratuities as well, is that right?
That's correct, yeah.
Wow.
Not a bad start, is it?
Look at me, I'm always booking, you know, I'm always thinking, hang on.
You're never here, you're always on your cruises, you are.
That's what they all think, honestly. Now, our next cruise, P&O.
P&O.
And, Hang on, I've noticed some binoculars.
Oh, what are those? What are those? These are our first of our special offers.
They are. Now, to actually get these, you've got to be, first of all, booking online, because you can actually book online now, Glenn.
Yeah, we've got a system now where you can actually book online for sort of standard cruises, you know, Southampton-based cruises. So you can do that now, and again, we've got the website there. So it's very, very simple. You just put in the ID number that you have there, and that will bring up the cruise. And then again, you just follow it through as you make your way down the page, and then you can actually book online. So you can actually pick the cabin, you can pick what you want to do, and that will tell you the price on there for you as well.
Wow, and you could just pay a deposit on something.
Pay a deposit on that one again, because it's not going to the 7th of May, so it's normally about a 15% deposit on that one.
So, if you want to try for the first time, you know, just have a go. You know, try and book online. If you don't get on with it, just give the call centre a little call.
Yeah, it's just, you know, a lot of people like doing everything online, so you can do that on there. If not, just give us a call and we'll book it for you.
But the first 6 bookings online for this cruise night will get the free binoculars.
Look at that, look.
Do I look good through them, Glenn?
You've aged, haven't you?
Yeah, not too close.
See those Botox marks there? There you go.
Hey, always a cheeky so. Anyway, this is a cruise out of Southampton. We always say Southampton is such a great port. We were there just last week, and it just means that your cruise starts straight away. You can take as much luggage as you like.
Exactly, yeah, and they do. Some people turn up with their trolleys full, don't they, and stuff like that. But it just means that, again, I think people think going up to the fjords, people think it's going to be freezing cold, but it's a nice time of year to go between May and September. Yeah. And again, for those of you who have not been to the fjords before, I think it's a lovely time of year to go in May, because the ice and the snow is melting, so the waterfalls are really, really strong, and it's beautiful conditions. You get land of the midnight sun, it's getting lighter and lighter, so you almost get sort of 20 hours of sunlight a day, and it is stunning.
Just before we show you all the lovely ports, here's a little taster of what the ship is going to look like, with, of course, the fantastic Pinot, and this is his. She's been recently refurbished.
Yeah, it's literally just been refurbished, so we actually haven't got any new footage of it, because literally it's just been done. Yeah. But again, Azura came out.
Look even better.
Yeah, I mean, Ventura and Azura are sister ships. This has just had a recent refurbishment. It's such a popular ship, this one. It's one of the most popular going out of Southampton. Really, really good atmosphere on there, and great for the whole family.
But so we didn't really want to show you, you know, too many pictures, because she's going to look so
very,
beautiful.
very clean and very new.
I love a ship when she's been refurbished.
Yeah, it's like something new, isn't it?
Yeah.
It's really, really
anyway, that was just a little taster from Southampton. First days at sea, so just explore the beautiful ship that's just been recently refurbished, the Azura, and we're making our way over to Stavanger, aren't we?
Yeah, again, what I want to say before people book a Norwegian Fjords cruise, it's different from other cruising. When you do other cruising, you go to the destinations, and they're the highlights. The cruising on fjords, it's the actual cruising which is the highlight.
Yes,
going into the fjords, and this is why people say, well, I'll just book an inside. I really, really strongly recommend that you take either the outside or the balcony, because when you're going in and out of these places, standing out there, look at those views as you come in. You've got the Pulpit Rock there and the Lysefjorda coming into Stavanger. This is what Norway is all about, and what you don't want to do is get ready for dinner and then miss out on things. So I really, really recommend having the balcony. But again, weather conditions should be good. Waterfalls will be very, very strong there as well. And I'll tell you what I love about Norway as well, the air. The air is so clear there. You do feel so fresh and so good when
you actually feel healthy and relaxed, don't you?
You do feel healthy and relaxed until you buy a coffee or something there, and then you get the bill, and then you feel very unwell.
Yeah, my advice is just make sure you take advantage of all the great food on the ship.
Yeah, because it's not cheap when you're in Norway. Olden was a destination we went to a couple of years ago, and it's become quite a strong port of call now. Now, again, you've got the glacier there, which is stunning. So, you sail into Olden. Only a small little village there. Literally, it's 2 or 3 little buildings there, so there's not a lot to do. If you're into walking and you like just strolling around, beautiful. You can walk all the way along the fjord there, and that's literally the village there. So what you want to try and do is take one of the tours out to the glacier. You've got the Lofoten Lake as well. We used to do a boat trip on there as well, and it's so calm. It's absolutely stunning. Not like that. It is very, very calm. But again, when you're going in the Nordfjord, it is absolutely stunning.
I was telling Glenn before the show that I've visited the fjords twice now, and you know, although these pictures they give you a good idea, in real life, everything is spectacular.
And I'll tell you what as well,
the depth of fjords that I was amazed
Well,
about.
some people get a bit worried about the sea conditions, and once you get into the fjords, it's like a meal pot. It's absolutely stunning. Absolutely stunning.
Where next, anyway?
Then we're on to Andalsnes. Now, this is a personal favourite of mine. You've got a couple of different trips that you can do here.
Actually, I've not been here.
Andalsnes is beautiful. So here you can actually you can take the train. They've got a train with Andalsnes. if you wanted to. And again, that's the train station there, so you can go out and it takes you to a place called the Troll Wall. And again, that's one of the highest flat walls that you can actually climb. Now you see that road there, that's the Trollstigen Road. I've run that 7 times, from the bottom all the way to the top and back again. And I used to do that for charity when I was on the ship. It takes me about an hour and a half to get to the top. And
can you still manage it now, Brian?
15 minutes on the way back down. No, I can't manage it now. That's when I was a young, sprightly chicken.
I was going to say.
But again, it's beautiful. And again, when you do the Trollstigen as well, right at the top there, you've got beautiful views right back down the valley, and it's amazing.
And then over to Bergen. I loved Bergen.
Bergen, second biggest city in Norway. Again, good place here to do your shopping. You've got the cable car, you've got the funicular there. And again, these are pictures taken from the top of Bergen there. And again, they'll show you the city. And then make your way back down into town. You've got the fish market there as well. And just go for a couple of drinks around the bars and maybe go for some lunch. But as I said, you will see how expensive it is in Norway, so just be careful. They've also got the Hanseatic wooden style buildings there that all lean to one side. But it is beautiful, Bergen. Always rains. 320 days a year, it'll get some rain there, so go prepared with your rain.
Do you know what? I was there on a dry day.
Well, you must have been very lucky.
I seriously was. I was there and it was really sunny.
Yeah, really. You know, lucky you.
always cruise with me. You always be lucky. And then a final day at sea and back to Southampton. I personally cannot recommend the Fjords enough. And price-wise, this is incredible actually with Pinot. Bearing in mind the ship will just have been refurbished. So starting at $589. Now, very important, if you book any of the dates in July, August or September, you will get free onboard spend. That will vary depending on stateroom, or free car parking as well. That's a really great extra to get with this one. And as we've mentioned previously, Planet Cruise have got a brilliant relationship with the Mean Valley Marriott, so you can actually stay the night before for only £89 per person, and that would include parking and return port transfers as well. Now, price-wise, let's just show you, we've got lots of dates on this one. Do you know, I've been in May and it was beautiful. But then if you go into sort of July, August, not only do you get slightly higher temperatures, you do get more daylight hours.
Yeah, you get the midnight sun there as well. And the only way I could describe, as I was saying to you before about the inside and the balcony, it's like going watching a 3D film but forgetting to take the glasses, OK? If you go to Norway and you're inside, you're going to miss out on things. That's why I really, really stress, if you can stretch that, take a balcony. Now,
with all those beautiful views, what else could you need?
Some binoculars, yes. There you go.
Now, if you want to win these, then the first 3 bookings online for this one will get sent those fantastic binoculars. Just give it a go for the first time. It's so easy. Glenn was telling me, really easy to actually book this.
And as I said, if you have a problem, just give us a call and we'll book it for you.
It's worth having a try, isn't it?
Exactly.
And it is easy.
It is easy.
I'm not great. I'm not great with technology and things, but booking online with Planet Cruise is exceptionally simple.
Yeah.
And you don't need your passport details.
No, just all your names and dates of birth, and they get that booked for you. Not a problem.
So do that, and you'll get some free binoculars for the. It's the first 6 actually, isn't it?
First 6.
Yes. Anyway. Our third cruise is coming up, and it is on board the Norwegian Star with Norwegian Cruise Lines. I've actually cruised with Norwegian Cruise Lines 3 times.
Yeah.
I really like them.
They're really, really popular.
Yeah.
I tell you what, they're very good. They're very relaxed, very informal, freedom dining on there. Again, the drinks package is very, very good on there that they include, which is superb. And I think people just find it very, very relaxing. They've got the artists and the acrobats on there, and it's really, really good.
And we should say, if you do want the all-inclusive drinks package, you've got to book the 2nd of January. For this
2nd of January, yeah. The December one is not available, but it's on the 2nd of January.
Anyway, this starts off with a flight from London over to Singapore, doesn't it?
So this has got a 2-night stay in Singapore. Now, again, this is one of our tailor-made packages, so you can't book this online. We will do this for you. And again, if you wanted to, we've given you 2 days there in Singapore.
I was only there for 1 day on my last cruise, and I thought I missed out a bit.
You need to do 2 or 3 days.
Yeah.
You've got the Marina Bay Sands, which is one of the new hotels there. And again, the Gardens by the Bay is an amazing. It's almost like Avatar going into the rainforest area they have there. Very, very futuristic.
It's amazing.
But the Marina Bay Gardens Hotel, you can actually go to the swimming pool on the top, and it's got the infinity pool looking over however many high floors it is. You've also got Raffles Hotel, which of course is famous. You can try a Singapore sling. Go over to Sentosa. You can try all the different activities over there. You've also got Singapore Zoo at night. That's very, very popular to do.
That's what I did.
Very, very good. And as I said, that's Marina Bay Sands there. So you can actually go to the very top there. That top level there, there's a swimming pool that you can actually go right to the edge and look right over the top.
I never managed to get up there. I saw it, but never managed to get up there.
So what I would recommend is we've given you 2 days in this. days. If you want to extend it to 3 days, you're probably looking at about an extra 50 quid a person.
So again, don't forget, you know, Glenn and his team, they can make the deal bespoke for you, make it work for you, basically. But after your little stay there in Singapore, you embarked this fantastic ship. And you actually were on the ship recently, weren't you?
Yes, we went on the ship with Mr. Maynard.
With Keith, yes.
With Keith.
Yeah, you'll notice they're very close and cosy. This is before you got married, isn't it?
Yeah, let's move on from there.
So, here's Glenn and Keith.
I knew you were going to get that in.
If your idea of a cruise is dim lighting, string quartets, tuxedos and ballroom dancing, then prepare to be challenged, because this cruise line is so laid back, it's almost horizontal.
Welcome to the most fun and relaxed cruise experience you're ever likely to encounter, where the entertainment never stops and the excitement just keeps on building. Welcome to freestyle cruising. Welcome to Norwegian Cruise Line. There's more restaurants than days of the week, and you can enjoy food from all over the world and dine and dress as you please. From trendy French bistros to steakhouses and sushi bars, Norwegian Cruise Line offers tons of choice. If you're a vegan, vegetarian, high carb, low carb, or gluten free, it's all covered.
Remember, this is freestyle cruising, so whatever your mood and whatever the occasion, there'll be a bar that fits the bill. With sports bars and whiskey bars, martini bars and champagne bars, alfresco bars and wine bars, bars with music and bars with sport, even ice bars. One thing's for sure, you definitely won't go thirsty.
Imagine playing Nintendo Wii on a 2-story high screen, or challenging a friend on the all-new Aqua Racer. Visualise eating world-class cuisine while acrobats tumble down on silks around your table. Or simply enjoying a beer as comedians make you smile at dedicated comedy clubs. Picture yourself singing along as dueling pianos compete, or settling into your own seat for one of the Tony Award-winning shows. Whether you're a single cruiser, holidaying with all the family, or planning a group cruise, you'll find something perfect for you.
Norwegian Cruise Line offers one of the widest selections of accommodation in the industry. There are exclusive suites where you have your own private sun deck, along with brilliant interjoining family staterooms that are cleverly located near all the kids' facilities. And balcony staterooms where you wake up to a different view every morning. But it's in the studio staterooms where Norwegian are head and shoulders above the competition. A private complex dedicated to solo cruisers with, most importantly, no single supplement.
You know what I loved was the kind of freestyle aspects.
That's the whole thing.
Yeah, not wanting to have set
If you love your set
time.
dining and that sort of thing, there are other cruise lines that do that. If you just want that flexibility to go and eat when you want, and that's what Norwegian's for.
I had a great time. Anyway, you're going to see some fantastic places on this
nice one, this one.
And I've done a few of these, actually.
Have you?
Yeah.
Okay, well, we'll talk about those as we go through it. So this one, obviously, you're going to go on to the Norwegian Star on this one. Another day at sea, obviously, to start the cruise off, which there's so much to see on board. Then into Koh Samui, straight into the beach resorts, which is absolutely stunning. Again, I know they filmed some of the scenes from the film on the beach there as well. Beautiful islands there. And, I mean, if you want paradise, this is it. I was there a couple of years ago. And, you know, there's so much to do. If you go into the centre of town there, you can do some shopping. But really, this is for the beaches.
I was there in November and I was just very much beach.
Snorkeling, swimming and that sort of thing. And as I said, Koh Samui is beautiful. You've still got some of the temples to go and see as well if you wanted to, if you want a bit more culture. And again, there's tours to incorporate that as well. But as I said, Koh Samui really is famous for the boat trips and the scuba diving and stuff like that. Then we move on to Lam Shabang. Lam Shabang is obviously the gateway then to go into Bangkok. The good thing with this one, you've got an overnight in there as well. So you've got a chance to go to the Grand Palace if you wanted to. Again, you can go down into Pattaya. You can actually see the river. A lot of the hotels where I stayed on are actually on the river, and you'll see all the boats going up and down there. You've got beautiful areas to do shopping, but when you go into the main centre of Pattaya, again, at night time, you've heard about Bangkok, it is famous. If you want to see what all the fuss is about, go down into Bangkok.
You've just got to do it.
Listen, you've got to go down and see it. That's what, that's what it's famous for, and as I said, it is stunning, but you've got culture, you've got shopping, and you've got the nightlife there, and you've got an overnight in there as well. Then another day at sea, then into Phu My, which is in Vietnam. And again, this is your gateway then to go into Ho Chi Minh City, which is obviously the capital there. It can take about an hour and a half, 2 hours, depending on traffic. But again, you can go down into the Buddhist temple there. You can go and see things like the sanctuary, the Moi San sanctuary. Great opportunity. And if you haven't been to Vietnam before, it's an amazing place to go to. But again, the value for money, it's so not cheap in a bad way, but it's so cheap to have a drink and affordable. And
I bought, and it sounds you know, a bit mad, but I bought about 100 handmade Christmas cards.
You know how to live, don't you?
No, but they were so good. They were all handmade, and you know,
I thought you did them here.
We're doing our sister channel, but I'm not very good at craft. But honestly, and the people are beautiful.
Yeah, they're stunning. And as I said, it's a very, very popular destination now, Vietnam. It really has got very, very busy. Then on to Nha Trang in Vietnam as well. Again, more into sort of your beaches, your diving and your snorkeling. Beautiful part of the world. Again, I suggest taking maybe one of the boat trips out there as well, and amazing views, and you can see some of the beaches there. As I said, it is stunning. And again, what's great there, you can lay on the beach, go for lunch, and you probably get change of a tenner, have a couple of beers on the beach, and then head back to the ship. And as I said, it is a great place to be. Another day at sea, and then we're going into Sanya, which is part of China. And again, some of you, it's an island just off the south tip of China there again. And again, more into on the hilltops there, amazing views. You can see the temple they have there as well, which is the most famous site, and again, definitely worth a visit there. If you're a little bit done with all the temples and the Buddhist temples, maybe go down to Haitong Bay again, where you can just relax on the beaches as well. So all of these ports of call with the option to see culture, or you can go and sit on the beaches and just chill out and relax if you wanted to. Then another day at sea, and then you're back into Hong Kong. Now with this one here, you're going to have, we've included a 2-day stay there in Hong Kong. And again, if you've never been to Hong Kong before, it is a fabulous city. You've been there before, I think, Sean.
Yeah, again back in November, and yeah, I was amazed. I mean, you know, so a lot of hustle and bustle.
Yeah. Former British colony, but obviously with the skyscrapers there as well. And again, when you go into the main centre town, it's so small and compact, isn't it? It's just bustling all the time. But you can go off the main streets into around the back where all the markets are and really mingle with the locals as well. Now, the other thing with this one, this is going on the 8th of December, and it's a 17-night package. So if you work that out, that means that you come back on Christmas Day. Now, if that's okay and you want to fly back on there, that's fine. If it was me, I would extend an extra couple of days in Hong Kong, and maybe come back Boxing Day or the day after and really have Christmas in Hong Kong.
But again, you know, choice is yours, but just give us a call, and we'll be hopefully able to make that happen for you. And we should say, you've got 2 nights in Hong Kong, haven't you?
2 nights including the package, but as I said, if you want to extend it an extra couple of days, you're more than welcome. And that will take you to Boxing Day or the day after.
Do you know what amazed me? Hong Kong and Singapore were so different.
Yeah, they are.
Yeah.
They are. I mean, Singapore, I think, is the cleanest city in the world, isn't it? It's a brilliant city. But again, you've got the start and the end of those stays, and then you've got that middle bit of the cruise to hit the beaches or do the shopping and see. You know, you've got Koh Samui, you've got Thailand, you've got Vietnam. You've got some great places to go and see.
And I've got to say, an amazing price when you look at that, starting at 1,359. Now, a few little extras we want to talk about. If you go for the 2nd of January stay, what a great way to start the new year, actually. You will get a free all-inclusive drinks package, and that would be for any of the staterooms. So, exactly. But you've got to go for the 2nd of January. If you go for an ocean view and above on the 2nd of January, you'd also get free Wi-Fi as well. And return flights now, really important for all of our northern viewers, myself included there. Return flights from London Heathrow or Manchester. So,
no supplements on that at all. No.
That's great, isn't it, for us northerners?
Yeah, and again, it doesn't always happen, but again, we've managed to get it on there for you. So you've got Heathrow or Manchester, depending where you want to go.
And also, don't forget the 2-night stays in Singapore and Hong Kong. But as Glenn mentioned, we can extend that should you want to spend a Boxing Day in, say, in Hong Kong as well, even longer.
Even longer.
Yeah, you might want to stay there till New Year.
You can stay as long as you want.
Yeah. Now, I'm just looking. Oh, sorry, just 4. Do you know what I forgot? Sorry. Now, this is very unlike me. This is very unlike me. As I mentioned, you will get a free all-inclusive drinks package if you book the 2nd of January on that one. And that does include a lot with Norwegian.
It does, yeah. It's nearly all your drinks, to be quite honest. So, again, all your beers, your wines, your spirits. And what's lovely having these drinks packages is that you can sit around at night time before you go in for dinner. Let's have another drink before we go in. Then have a drink with dinner, and then you go and watch the show. And you can. I'm not saying you have to be raving alcoholics, but if you like a couple of drinks at night time, you know you're not going to get a bill at the end of the cruise. That's the whole point.
And it, and it is things like, as I said, your fountain sodas and juices, of course, as well. Can't believe I forgot that. That's a first for me. Anyway, here's your prices. So the 8th of December, that inside is brilliant at 1,359. But if I was you, a little bit more will give you the ocean view, or of course you could go for the balcony as well. And the 2nd of January says lots of extras if you go for that date, and the price starts at just 189. Now, what a great way to start New Year. Now, we'd better move on, but Wow. So I'm just looking at the Viking River Cruise that's coming up. The price on this is phenomenal. You're actually saving £1,000 on this one off
exactly.
the price, aren't you?
I haven't ever seen a Viking River Cruise for 7 days. And again, we've also got a little perk on this one. We've got the drinks included throughout the whole river cruise on this one, haven't they? For under £1,000.
So I'm a bit speechless.
There you
I am. Because normally you just get drinks with meals,
with lunch and dinner. Viking is the largest river cruise company in the world. They've introduced another 15 new ships in the last 12 months. Again, every time you turn on a TV programme, the adverts in between are the Vikings.
Yeah, they are.
So they are that famous.
I know it's very new ships.
Very new ships. And this is a long ship. The Viking Rinda is a long ship, OK? And that sounds silly. What's a long ship? It's a longer river cruise ship than some of the others. And again, with this one, we've got a fantastic opportunity to try one of these. And this is going to take you all the way along from Paris, all the way through to Paris, along the Seine there as well. And you've got some great ports of call on there. And again, what we'll do is...
This is just a quick overview, isn't it?
Yeah, we'll run through the places that you're actually going to be seeing on here. But again, what's lovely is the ships here. You can see how glamorous they are, and we have got a VT footage coming up in a minute of the ship itself.
Yeah, but this is a little taste of the places that you'll be visiting, of course.
What's great with these places is that some of them stop at big ports of call like Rouen and Paris, and other ones stop at small little villages where you can get off for a few hours, explore, maybe go and do some local shopping, and then you come back onto the river cruise itself. Now, again, with this one as well, of course, Viking will have excursions on there as well.
A bit of wine tasting, I'd have thought.
Bit of wine tasting down there as well. And, of course, you do get the opportunity, which I'll mention in a minute, is a chance to go to the Normandy beaches, which is quite a phenomenal opportunity to go and see this.
I'm just looking at that price again, one of the best we've ever had on this one.
Yeah, I mean, normally
$995.
For a week on a Viking, we're looking at about $1,500–1,600. But as I said, they're doing a deal on this one for the leading date on the 15th of March. And as I said, it's a brilliant deal, this one.
Yeah, it certainly is. And again, £1,000 off the brochure price this evening. I've still not done a river cruise, and I don't get enough holiday, Glenn. I don't do it at home.
It's those 4 weeks you keep taking off, going off to Australia and places like that. And on these...
No, I don't get enough holiday, seriously.
Yeah,
no, I'm very lucky, but I've not done a river cruise yet.
River cruise is becoming really, really popular now, and I think it's a lot of people that have done ocean cruising before, and they want something a little bit different. And what's good about the river cruising is when you're sitting actually on the ship itself, you're looking at something all the time, whereas obviously when you're on an ocean cruise, you can be middle of the Atlantic and won't see anything.
And the ships themselves, we're not talking about hundreds and hundreds or thousands of staterooms. I think was it 95?
95 stateroom on this one, and again you can see the vessels there. They're very, very modern. They're beautiful ships that they have. And again with this one here, as I said, only 95 staterooms, so less than 200 people on board. And you've got a great opportunity there to go to various excursions they have there as well. But again, on the ship itself, they've got the 2-story atrium, which is very, very modern, very, very plush on there as well. And again, I think the designers of that also designed the Seabourn Odyssey. So if you've seen that ship, you'll see how good the quality is on there as well. But again, very, very good ports of call. And this is one of the highlights to go down to the Normandy beaches.
Yeah, as you mentioned.
I was there a couple of years ago. Very sombre day to go there. But if you're interested in the history, especially of World War II, that's definitely worth a visit there.
Oh, really liking the sound of this one, actually. Yeah. So what's the date again, Glenn?
This one's going on the leading date, 15th of March on this one.
Yeah, but actually, I haven't said that. We've got loads of dates, haven't we?
Yeah.
Yeah.
So this one's going to start off, obviously, flying you over into France itself, into Paris, and again, from there, you're going to jump onto the Viking ship, and from there, you're going to make your way all the way along. And again, beautiful views as you go down past the Eiffel Tower. You've got the Notre Dame Cathedral there as well, and as I said, opportunity to have a look at all the sites there. Then they're going to stop as we go through various different small Giverny and Vernon in France as well, and then onto another popular destination that a lot of the ocean cruise ships visit is into Rouen. Now from Rouen, I recommend that you probably take a trip out to possibly the Bayeux Tapestry. You can also go to Monet's House and Gardens, which you did see some footage earlier. If not, just spend some time in Rouen. That's the famous clock that they have there. You can walk under the archway there as well. But again, if you just wander around, look at the buildings there. I think that's Joan of Arc, I think, was also executed there as well in that square. So from there as well, you can go past all the wooden style buildings, and it's a beautiful opportunity to go into Rouen. Very, very popular with ocean cruising, but you're going there on the river cruise. Then onto the Normandy beaches, and again, I would recommend that obviously you do the trip out to there as well. And again, go with the guide, because they will give you so much information. You get a chance to visit the museum there as well. And I don't think if you haven't been there before, you can't envisage what actually happened. But there are still obviously a lot of remnants there as well, and it is a very sombre experience, but very, very interesting to go to. Then on to Les Nalais and a couple of the other small ports of call there as well, which again is stunning. And again, even if you don't get off, you just sit back on the river cruise and you're just seeing things all the time as you're going along the river.
That's it, you've got this constant, beautiful
moving scenery constantly. And also you've got Chalet Galliard as well.
It must be, again, just so relaxing. And
if you go on the big ships, you've got, you know, hundreds and thousands of people on the ships, and it's all a bit busy. This is much more chilled out, relaxed.
Well, you haven't said that on big ships. You can always find a quiet area.
You can, but these are really, really relaxing. And then at the end, you're going to actually have an overnight in Paris. So again, if you want to spend more time in there, you can do that. You can spend some time going and seeing the main sites. Obviously, it's the Eiffel Tower and the Louvre and whatever you want to do. But again, as I said, this is a great price. And again, if you haven't done a river cruise before, I really recommend looking at Viking. They are the most popular, and the price is great.
And the ships, I know we didn't really see a lot of the ship, but they are beautiful, aren't they?
They are stunning.
I tell you, we'll show you some pictures while we're here, because we were looking online again earlier, and she's stunning, isn't she?
I think people sometimes haven't got an image of what a river cruise is like. They think it's small and it's going to be a bit basic. But, I mean, the Aquavit Terrace at the back is absolutely beautiful. And you've got, that's the twin-level atrium there as well. You can see how modern it is. The restaurant there, the food is exceptional. 5-star cuisine on there as well.
I mean, imagine dining, having all those views.
And remember as well, as we mentioned before, on this particular one, you've got the all-inclusive as well. So you can just sit there with a drink and just watch the sights go past.
All-inclusive, remember. You're going to get that free upgrade if you book right now. Return flights from most UK airports with no supplements and selected regional departments.
They're very good, Viking. They won't charge anything.
They're really good, aren't they? Good. And we should mention the ship itineraries differ depending on departure date, and some of the sailings will operate in reverse on that one. And just a few extras here. So this is what's included: a free upgrade to an all-inclusive drinks package. Do you know, I don't want to glorify drink too much, but it does make it a lot easier when you don't have to worry, doesn't it?
It's nice when you don't get a bill at the end of the cruise.
It is. £1,000 has been taken off. That's the £1,000 off the brochure price. That ends on the 30th of September. Complimentary Wi-Fi, breakfast, lunch and dinner served on board, of course. Excursions at every port.
Exactly, yeah. You get excursions included on that. Yeah, exactly.
Wow. Bottled water in every stateroom, which is replenished daily. And you've got those great overnights on board as well. Price-wise, starting there at just $995, under £1,000. That is definitely one of the best we've ever had, if not the best. Yeah,
definitely.
Well, you know, Glenn.
Definitely for Viking. I mean, please don't take me wrong, £1,000 still £1,000, but you know, you can pay a lot of money to go on some of these river cruises. So if you want to experience it but not sort of break the bank, $995 for March and December is a great price.
Wow. Great show, isn't it?
Good show, isn't it?
Do you know, I sometimes work a bit, because Glenn actually works for, you know, for Planet Cruise. You're there. Do you just push some of the great deals aside when you're on, do you?
Yeah, of course I do.
You do, don't you? I thought so.
It's the only way to invite me back.
Now, we're going to move on to another fantastic offer with Royal Caribbean. Again, you are the top agent for Royal Caribbean.
We are the top agent for Royal Caribbean, yeah, very, very popular. And again, they keep introducing, they brought out the Anthem and the Ovation and the Harmony. We were lucky enough to go on the Harmony this year, biggest cruise ship in the world. And again, the ships with Royal Caribbean always go to the next level. They're the most innovative. They bring on things like the flow riders and the rock climbing walls. They were the first people to do that. The eyes and all these new things they have, and they are phenomenal.
And the ship, the Navigator of the Seas, which was last February, just a couple of years ago.
Yeah, a couple of years. I think it was January 2014.
Glenn.
Sean.
Now, again, we have got the most amazing giveaway for the first 3 viewers that book this online, OK? Are you ready?
What are they getting then, Sean?
What's this?
Well, Celebrity Cruises give you a cold towel. Royal Caribbean give you a nut tray. So they're all there for comfort, aren't they? There you go. That's your wow.
Now, this is actually... So, we're just like 2 children, aren't we? This is the first 3 viewers that book this online will get the nut tray, yeah? Wow.
Yeah, but not 1 each. They'll get 3 per booking.
To put your nuts in.
To put your nuts in.
Seriously, I think they're fab. Because I don't know about you, but I love cruising kind of like, you know, memorabilia, bits and pieces, don't you?
Well, it's a wow, isn't it?
It is a wow, but You need to book this online. It's the first 3. I'd have those. I'd love them. And again, Glenn, just to emphasise, it is very easy to book.
It is very easy.
Online.
Yeah, as I said, go through the procedures there. Put in the ID number. That will then bring up the amount of adults that want to book. How many cabins would you like to book? 1, 2, 3, 4. Then continue with the booking. Then obviously from there you then start going into what sort of cabin you want to do, the inside, outside, balcony or deluxe. And then once you've done that, you can obviously then move on to select that, and then you start actually picking the cabins that you want to go for. It will give you the price on there, and then just follow it through, names and dates of birth. They'll ask for a payment on there for a deposit, and then that's all booked for you, and all documentation will be emailed through to you.
So, maybe, try it tonight for the first time, but the first 3 will get
the nut dish. We must be nuts.
Oh, God. Anyway, moving swiftly on. Let's show you the Navigator of the Seas, because she has been so refurbished in the last couple of years. Beautiful ship. And I'm again, at my first cruise with Royal Caribbean, I'm still a big, big fan. I always think with Royal, as you said, they're excellent at giving so much choice for everybody, whether you're a young child, whether you're a teenager, whether you're in your 30s, 40s, or great-grandparents.
They cater for all ages.
They do,
again, whether you're couples, families, grandparents with you, they cater for everything. Chops Grill is still one of my favourite restaurants at sea. I love the steaks they have on there. And again, the staff are very, very friendly. You've got Johnny Rockets for your hamburgers. Again, food is never a short supply on Royal. Great, of course, for the kids as well. I'm looking at taking our little one on Royal next year. So, but again,
I love the Royal Promenade.
The Royal Promenade is a spectacular thing to go and see. It's actually like being at a proper shopping centre. And again, from there, you've also got great shows. You've got the ice rinks there as well, the climbing walls. What else do you want on a cruise ship? What happens now is the cruise ships are actually becoming a destination in themselves. So that is what you want to see. And of course,
I did have a go on the flow ride, and I was appalling.
How'd you get on? No good.
Oh, terrible.
No.
Yeah.
Oh well.
And the worst thing I was actually filming at the time, and a big crowd gathered, and I was absolutely hopeless.
Was that your fan base? Was that?
No, they did an announcement and said, "Oh, Sean Ryan from the show is going to be doing the flow ride." I think people thought it was going to be really good. I was terrible. Anyway, that's a long story. Let's move on. So, from Southampton, a couple of days at sea. Again, enjoy all of those great
lot of stuff to see in 2 days.
Yeah.
Lot of stuff to see in 2 days, so it's good. And then from there, you're going to go down into Gibraltar. Again, popular destination. I always class it a little bit like England in the 70s. It just doesn't seem to have moved on.
That's nice. A bit like, I love the Isle of Wight because it's kind of, it's a real charm.
It's great. So when you go down there, of course, you've got the famous monkeys there. Be careful with the monkeys. They're lethal. They grab anything out your pockets, any glasses or any sweets in your pocket. But you can go to the top of course, the rock there. You can take the cable car as well. If you don't want to do that, you can actually walk around the main centre of Gibraltar. You've got the English policemen, you've got the English telephone boxes as well. So really, really good one on there. Then a day at sea, then going into Livorno, which is of course the gateway into Florence and Pisa. We talk about this nearly every single week, but again, go and see the Leaning Tower, have a look around the Ponte Vecchio in Florence. Beautiful, beautiful opportunity there. Rome, one of the great cities of the world, the Eternal City, Vatican, Sistine Chapel, Colosseum. Just make sure you know exactly what you're going to go and see. I would recommend the Rome on Your Own tour, and our concierge team will do that for you. Give the team a call and we'll get that booked for you. Ajaccio, nice tours there. I would personally, in Ajaccio, just walk out, do a left, and then just wander around the back streets of Ajaccio. It's beautiful. I think it's the birthplace of Napoleon, and again, a stunning part of the world. Moving from there into Spain, we've already talked about Barcelona, one of our previous deals, but again, Las Ramblas is a must on that one. Valencia, very, very popular now with the cruise ships. Again, I probably wouldn't do a tour here. I would just walk off, stroll around Valencia. A very, very clean, nice city to have a look around, and great views there as well. Then down into Malaga, down into southern Spain. Again, very, very beautiful area, very clean port of call here. And again, I recommend maybe a trip either over to Marbella, which is the famous Marbella, or you can go to Mijas, right up into the mountain areas there. The white buildings are stunning. And again, some amazing, amazing views there of Ronda, if you wanted to do that. Then down into Cadiz in Seville. And again, you have the opportunity there to go and see Andalusia. It's a little bit less touristy than some of the other places you go into. You've got Castillo San Sebastian. You've also got the market and the cathedral there as well, which you can see, which is beautiful. And then 2 sea days before we get back to Southampton.
Glenn, you can't believe what I've forgotten again.
What's that?
Look.
All-inclusive drinks package.
How could I? It's there again. Yeah,
you've got
I'm not being funny. For 2 weeks, to have that included, That's worth a lot of money.
You've got an all-inclusive drinks package and, and a nut tray. What more do you want for a cruise?
Only if you book that online. But everyone will get that free all-inclusive drinks package. And Glenn, it doesn't matter which stateroom we go for, is it? No?
Doesn't matter on this one. Inside, outside, or balconies.
That is honestly, that is massive for a 2-week cruise. Huge new price reductions that we've included in that price on the screen. And as we often say, we've got a great relationship with the Mean Valley Marriott. You could stay there from only £89 per person. Now, bear in mind, you get free parking for 2 weeks if you booked. That would make perfect sense, wouldn't it?
Really good.
Honestly, I think this is really hot, don't you?
And again, what they've done is they've upgraded the drinks package with Royal now. So it used to be just beer and wine. Now you're getting spirits, cocktails, and soft drinks as well. As I said, so literally all your beers, wines, and spirits are included.
And as we often say, whenever we have the drinks packages, the cruises do tend to be very, very busy.
Very busy.
That's going to go. So if you want it, give us a call right now. 0808 250 2662, of course. You should know the answer to this question. What time the phone's open till tonight?
10:30 tonight, and then we'll be back open at 8 o'clock in the morning.
Will you be there at 8 in the morning?
I'll be there at 9.
OK. So you might even speak to Glenn tomorrow morning. Now, we're going to move on to our final cruise, aren't we?
Which we normally keep the big one to the end. And
do.
Again, this is something a little bit different. This is Princess Cruises.
Now, I only cruised with Princess for the first time last year. I was so impressed. And again, you're the UK's #1 agent for Princess, aren't you?
We do a lot of Princess, and as I said, very, very popular, but beautiful ships. Very similar. A lot of the ships are all the same. So once you've been on one, you sort of get to know where each ship is. And again, the Crown is a really, really nice one.
Well, let's have a little taster, shall we, of the Crown Princess.
Princess Cruises first set sail in 1965 with a single ship cruising to Mexico. Today, the line has grown to become the 3rd largest cruise line in the world.
Princess is known for being a bit of an industry innovator because over the years they've introduced so many new features and experiences on board their ships that have been so popular, other cruise lines are now copying them.
Among them are affordable balconies on many of the ship's outside cabins, as well as 24-hour dining, and a choice of dining venues and flexible dining times. Princess ships also debuted features such as movies under the stars and the Sanctuary adults-only Oasis.
In the fitness centre you'll find all the latest equipment, plus a range of classes including cycling, Pilates, yoga, stretch and abs. But if chilling out and being pampered is more your thing, then you might want to head up here, to the tranquil environment of the Lotus Spa.
With a menu of dozens of calming and rejuvenating treatments, the Lotus Spa is guaranteed to be one of the highlights of your cruise.
Throughout the day on your Princess Cruise, the chefs are busy preparing your next memorable meal. All bread, cakes and pastries are baked 3 times a day. All sauces are prepared by hand.
Specialty restaurants include Sabatini's, Princess's signature Italian restaurant. The Crown Grill offers a variety of premium beef and seafood dishes.
But tonight's formal night and I've decided to eat in the main restaurant. As I'm booked on anytime dining, I can just turn up and eat at whatever time I like. Princess are known for their dynamic and exciting production shows, with some of the largest casts at sea.
All shows are produced in-house and feature lively music and stunning choreography, as well as shows you can enjoy a night of stand-up comedy, a game show, a sing-song in the piano bar, a romantic dance, or just a quiet night with friends in a lounge bar.
Something completely different. How about a movie under the stars? It's a signature feature of all Princess ships, and it's a great way to end the day.
That was Jonathan there.
That was Jonathan,
yeah, having a great time with Princess. I love my experience. I'll definitely cruise with them again.
They are very, very good. Very, very good.
Anyway, big trip this one. Massive, yeah.
Big one, this one.
So here we go. We're flying over to Buenos Aires, aren't we?
Going to start in Buenos Aires. The itineraries can differ depending on the dates, but this one's going to start off in Buenos Aires. And again, the opportunity here to maybe try a little bit of tango. You can maybe take them on the football games and go and see Boca Juniors. You can also go to the Presidential Palace and obviously see where the Perons did their speech to the nation, and obviously where Madonna did her song for Evita as well.
And we should say, you're actually here for 2 nights. 2 nights. In a 4-star hotel.
4-star, but again, if you wanted to, you can extend it to 3, 4, 5 days if you wanted to. We can do that for you. And again, from there, we're going to have Ponta de Este in Uruguay. And this one here, you've got beaches, 5-star restaurants, the city tour. And you can also, if you wanted to, then take in Montevideo, which is, of course, the capital city there of Uruguay. But beautiful, beautiful opportunity to see this part of the world. And as I said, very busy in all the ports of call that we're going to be going into.
Then it's a day at sea, isn't it?
Then a day at sea, and then into Puerto Madryn there as well, into Argentina. Good opportunity here to go and do some scuba diving, some snorkeling. You can actually do some whale watching as well, see the sea lions as well, and of course your first opportunity to see the penguins, which you'll see in a number of the different destinations there. But this is a nice opportunity to do this. Then from there, we're going to go into the, I think the Falkland Islands next. We're going to go...
you missed one, haven't you?
Punta Arenas. Sorry, I do apologise on that one. I'm sorry again. And from here, they do class this almost at the end of the world there. And again, you've got a chance to go into the Nervik Museum there. You've got more penguin sightings as well. You've got the rockhopper penguins there, which are amazing to go and see. And what's so good about this is actually you're in their natural environment rather than seeing it in the, you know, people have seen penguins before, but to actually go down there in the natural environment is very, very good.
And then, Glenn?
On to the Falkland Islands. And of course, with a history with the UK, of course, UK territory there, of course, with the war back in '82, a chance to go and see penguins, you've got a chance to go to Port Stanley, you've got a chance to actually immerse yourself and find out more about what actually took place back in the '80s as well. And I know of a couple of the guys in our office were in the Falkland Islands, and they sort of talk about it as well. And it's a place that you go to, I think, once to see, and then once you've done it, you've ticked it off and seen it.
Then you're cruising Cape Horn again?
Go down to Cape Horn, down into southern Chile, and again, it can sometimes get a bit choppy again, so just make sure you've got your seasickness tablets ready to go there. But again, you are right down on the tip of South America here. Again, you've got the Beagle Channel, which you'll be sailing through, but you'll see the sea lions, the penguin, and the wildlife and bird life as well. And this is an amazing opportunity to see this part of the world. From there, we're going into Ushuaia as well. From there, as I said, you have the chance to obviously experience that if you wanted to. And again, this is the gateway down into Antarctica. You can see very, very barren landscape. Some of you that might be into certain parts of Norway is very, very similar as well. But again, you've got a chance to have a walk around the small town there as well. And you can also, as I said, take a trip over to the penguins and the glacier on there as well. Once you've done that, you go to the Amalia Glacier, and this is the sail through the Amalia Glacier. And again, if you go online, you'll see the pictures there as well of the glacier as well. Beautiful, beautiful, and it's the Torres de Pan National Park. Again, you'll see the glacier. Now, of course, with the global warming, it's starting to get smaller and smaller and smaller. It's starting to recede by about 4 miles over the last couple of years. But again,
it does look beautiful.
It's beautiful, and if the sunlight catches it right, it's very, very blue. Absolutely stunning for top photos as well. So make sure you've got your camera. You'll need cameras and video cameras the whole time you're in this part of the world.
And then another day at sea, Glenn, and they're great, the sea days. The ships are so
exactly. And then you're into Puerto Montt as well. So this one here, into Chile, you've got the cathedral, the town hall, amazing views as well. And as I said, it almost looks like one of the fjord cruises that we had before, but you're down in South America. And as I said, if you want to see this and it's on your bucket list, this literally takes in everything you're going to need to see on there. And at the end of that, you're then going to finish after the fjords, the Chilean fjords, which are beautiful. You're going to disembark in Santiago. And again, from there, you've got a chance to have a couple of days there. Again, if you want to extend it, we can do that for you. Now, the good thing as well, which is very, very popular, is to take one of the winery tours here. We do the Concha y Toro winery tour. We normally include that in the excursions as well. If not, there are other wineries you can go and see. If not, into the back streets and have a look around there.
And then, of course, you're transferred from the hotel to the airport and fly back to London. Amazing itinerary then, a great price on this one actually for the Crown Princess there. So we've return flights are based on London Heathrow, the 2-night stays in the 4-star hotels in Buenos Aires and Santiago there. Now the ship differs depending on departure date. Some of the sailings will be on the Emerald Princess, just
that's right, yeah.
As I mentioned, the itineraries differ depending on departure dates. Select sailings do operate in reverse there. Great, great prices. Bear in mind that length of time that's Princess, prices starting there at just $2,299. Now, something really exciting. Next week, we're not going to be here, are we?
We're not, no.
Oh, no.
They've let us out.
They have. And we're on a ship, a very special ship. Do you want to know? Well, here we go. Hello there, well don't forget to join us next Tuesday at 8 PM for a very, very special Planet Cruise show. Not only is it a celebrity takeover show, which means all the offers are from celebrity, 5-star modern luxury of course, but also we're actually going to be on board the multi-award winning Celebrity Eclipse. She's one of my favourite ships of all time. You're going to get to meet the captain, there's going to be loads and loads of wonderful offers taking you around the world. So join us with Planet Cruise next Tuesday at 8 PM. Oh, Honestly, that's going to be such a good show, isn't it?
It's going to be a good show.
It really is. Cannot wait for you to see it. Anyway, we need to recap. We've had 6 amazing offers. So we started off, of course, and I mean, Glenn, you know how busy we'll be on the phone lines for this. But it is, of course, the incredible Thomson cruises, the TUI Discovery 2, and I won't forget this time, you get a free upgrade from inside to outside, but you also get the complimentary all-inclusive on board, starting at just $949 on that one. Great flights based on London, Gatwick, Manchester, Birmingham or Bristol, of course, as well, for no extra supplement. Then we moved on to P&O. Lovely chance of visiting the Norwegian Fjords there, and $589 is that lead price, of course. Free spend all parking when booking any of the July, August or September dates. You can also mention, I do want to mention, of course, as well, you can stay in the Mean Valley Marriott, and this one, if you booked online, Glenn, what would you get?
You get your binoculars.
Yes. For, say, the first 6 bookings on that one as well. Then we moved on to Norwegian Cruise Lines on board the Norwegian stunning 17-night Singapore to Hong Kong cruise with the stays there as well. An amazing price, starting at $1,359. If you go for the 2nd of January, you will get a free all-inclusive drinks package. If you went for an ocean view on that date, you'd also get free Wi-Fi as well. And those flights, not just London Heathrow, Manchester as well, with no extra supplement. Then Viking, one of the best offers ever with Viking, $995, that's for a Riverview. You'll also get, don't forget on this one as well, that saving from it was £1,000 that saving, you'll get a free upgrade to all-inclusive on board as well. And from a river cruise to Royal Caribbean on board the Navigator of the Seas. Again, this one is a deposit only, it's all-inclusive, and if you book it online, the first 3 to book will get the free
nut dish.
They will. You get the free nut dish, which is actually brilliant. That is starting at $1,159. And we just saw our final cruise, Princess Cruises, the Crown Princess, the 20-night Chile Falklands cruise, starting at $2,299 on that one. What a great show. And don't forget, I mean, Glenn's one of the team that takes your calls. I mean, do you answer questions and queries as well?
We can answer any question. And if these 6 deals aren't for you, just give us a call, go on the website, have a look at other things. We travel all around the world, one-day cruises up to world cruises. We'll find a cruise to suit you, to take you to the right places and within your budget as well.
And Planet Cruise, you're not just a small agency.
No, we're not. There's loads of us in there.
Aren't you the UK's #1 independent?
We are. Yes, we are. Yeah, so that's why we look after our clients and make sure they're the best deal.
So we would love you to give us a call right now. Glenn, it's been an absolute pleasure.
Always a pleasure.
Next week, we're on board the Celebrity Eclipse. We are.
Can't wait.
So we'll see you next week. Don't go anywhere, though. Loads more coming up straight after this.